Good evening. It's time for the new video again. I hope you didn't celebrate Saturnalia too much, because even from the point of view that animals would not give birth to their young ones in December, to celebrate birth of Jesus Christ in December is simply ridiculous. And it's pagan holiday anyways, and all of the holidays is rituals. That's a picture of the magnetic field, and not only magnetic field, that's how light tunnel looks like, that's how the time matrix looks like. I pretty much remember myself entering like this and start dancing dance of this apple. Actually start making some videos, check him out, some cool information in it.
Draw something, which is more or less. Sorry if you could hear a space heater running. It was 0 degrees the other day. So, more or less, it's kind of a heavy talk, if you will, just relative. What we're doing is going from, and my screen's a little red out, so I can't really tell what colors these are for night viewing. But we're going from the source of life. Now there it is, in all its, well, not a box, but maybe even like an eye. But just something, a flower, a meadow, a sun, a heart, an eye. Not really a box. It was never a box. It was more like a diamond prism, like when you see the light sparkle, through a tear or water or something. And so we go from there, and then we go to there. That's what we do. So in here, there's this party, this Earth Dimension party, underground, just like crazy, whatever you want to do, just ghoulish, whatever, insanity. Ultimately, they don't make it. But it's a detour, it's a reroute, it's a hijack, it's a tear in the insulation, it's it's an issue that our perception here isn't high enough to understand and pierce through it unless you've pretty much been readied for it. It's a major deception, a trick, and the people are from the source of life, or maybe not ours, because they've been doing this for so long that they don't even know what it's like. It's like these people were children 100,000 years ago, so they have no idea what it's like. They forgot. Kind of like they also used to live off of the goodness of their own soul, but then it's no longer, or whatever, and so, or they can't, that part of them doesn't control what they're doing now. So, if they're in the middle of this thing.
Yes, that's exactly what's happening.
Kind of like a fractal trap. And it's not the colors of the surrounding. It's not the same energy or anything. It's made to look like it, but it's not. It's like a poor representation. And everybody involved makes it look like a party. They all get together and say, yo, never tell anyone that we're all basically being eaten by our own demons and desires and stuff. Just make it always smile on TV, always have the best clothes and money and power, never make it look like it's the damnation that it is, because then we'll be here alone and blah blah. So when we're all children, we got here and we see the fucking biggest party in the world going on. We're like, what is that? Of course, most people with common sense couldn't go, oh, it's not gonna end well. But regardless, we all had to go through that and understand it and face it and think, yay, oh wait, no, it's a trick. This is just, nope, not what it's supposed to be.
And also, Theory Apophysis posted really good video about Nikola Tesla on Ether.
From Nikola Tesla. What is the ether, and why is it so difficult to detect? I reflected on this matter for a seriously long time, and here are the outcomes I have been been led to. I think that all the contradictions about whether the ether exists or not are the result of wrong interpretations of the ether's properties. The ether has always been presented as an aero, i.e. gaseous, form type environment. This was an essential mistake. The ether has a very strong density. It is known that that the more dense a substance is, the higher is the speed of the wave propagation phenomena within it. When comparing acoustic speeds in the air and the light speed, I have drawn conclusions that ether density is several thousand times higher than air density. It is not the ether that is aero. This is a very important point. Okay, let me repeat it twice. The ether, it's not that the ether is an aero or gaseous form. Rather, that the material world of phenomena is an aero form of the ether. That's so important. Let's repeat that twice, okay? It's not that the ether is a gaseous form. Rather, the material world is itself the gaseous or aero form of the ether. Very important.
Exactly, very important.
Suddenly accelerating or breaking. The stars, planets, and all the universe appear from the ether. When some part of it, due to certain reasons, became less dense. I mean, matter is itself a dielectric or ether condensate. I actually, for countless years, have tried to reconcile light and matter. Due to Occam's razor and the...
Pretty much he's saying that matter is solidified light, like I was mentioning in my earliest videos.
The cold water, until the steam does get cold, until the steam cools down, he's saying, the water is unable to compress the air bubbles. With time, meaning when it cools, having lost the intrinsic electrical charge, our world will be compressed with the ether and is going to return to the ether. Having come out of the ether once, so it will go back into the ether, therefore. So, as Nikola Tesla on the ether, actually, there's two really, really important points within this.
Did any of those give you chills? It gave it to me. Okay. Let's see the way I see it stuff. I agree on properties of ether being much denser than this reality. Imagine this stuff inside this container being ether, which is in reality much denser than matter. And those bubbles inside of this ether is, each bubble is its own universe, pretty much. And this system, it's like if you want to think about ether itself, what is it? It's actually each one of us together. It's like thinking substance. If you can imagine organic internet, that's what we are. And the bubbles inside of that, each one of them, it's just like a dream worlds that we dream about. It's like if you imagine cloud, internet cloud, how much information in it and how many thinking entities in it right now. That's what presentation of this primordial liquid would be. And the little bubbles inside of it, it's pretty much like this one. Instead of glass bead, imagine it's a bubble, and inside of this bubble just a universe where is ether light actually protrubates inside of it. And each one of us can actually look, like if you're playing this universe game, each one of us from this substance looking into it and participating in the game. And this bubble made of, like, our bubble over here made of matter. Ours, we do not use matter anymore after this universe. That's how bad it's got. Okay, and Arctelius actually, see, all of those universes over here, they're really perfect, round, and beautiful. Only one universe over here is completely rotten and has to be fixed, and there is a bigger version of it. That's what Arctelius was talking about. Imagine from this green bubble over here, we're going into this ugly time, space, and yapping clowns universe, which is everybody doing stuff over and over and over again, and we're supposed to be already being over here. This universe acts like a cancer. And as I said, when it's all done, this universe is shrinking, and shrinking. And some of us going to go to the new universe, actually multiple universes. Because from here you can go to any other bubbles and play any other games. That's just a small visual representation. One more thing. Let's see.
You do. You peek under and you realize that this is a tunnel of light. So you enter that and you begin to ascend and you go faster and faster. And in fact, you begin to tumble down faster and faster. And then you realize that it's making a U-turn. And at the end, there is something there. And you know that that is it. And you will soon be confronting the God of manifest creation. As you finally look at it, you realize that you are looking at yourself, a carbon copy of yourself. But that self sits there paying no attention to you, and you're lost. You don't know what to say to yourself. How's the weather up there? What do you say to yourself? So, you revert to your old tested trick. You merge with yourself so that by merging, you can know yourself and you can find out what it's all about. So, you turn around and you slowly back into yourself like into a tight garage. And when you finally do, what happens is that there is a tremendous bang and you become the void. Because you are the consciousness, which is the void. And that part of you that had never left has always been the void. And that observer that was watching through your eyes and guiding you through this obstacle course to go back to yourself, your higher self, was the observer that had never left and was watching you creating this whole phantasmagoria for yourself. We each create our own. And it's just a trip back home to reunite with your own self. And so we could say that we are the creators, the producers, and the consumers of our own reality, because we are the consciousness itself. And Ben liked to finish his talks by quoting a poem by an Indian sage,
I would say very accurate description of ascension. The only 2 points I disagree with: I was not experiencing light tunnel while I was flying. And number 2, you do not see yourself as a carbon copy of yourself. You do not. I saw myself being light, which is dancing certain way. I did not have form or shape. That was from my out-of-body experience, where I was literally ascending and I stopped before I finished ascension, because I had a question what happening, and I was sort of scared, so that took me straight back in here. Also another thing, for those people who lucid dream, I tried to actually ascend inside the dream, where you just start flying up and you're flying. You're going through this curve like she's describing, or it's actually feels like when you almost like when you're swinging on the swings and you get to this top point and you're crossing that point. That's how it feels like. But when you do this fly on a dream, it does not take you to you still in a matrix. So I had multiple dreams when I'm flying, I'm finishing the fly, and instead of meeting myself, I see this mandala flower is opening up, and you see this smiley yapping clown face. That's what it is. So the real ascension gonna be while you're not asleep. You're gonna be awake for that. That's pretty much it for today. Thank you so much. I hope that would help you understand what will gonna happen to us and who we are, and the bigger picture of whole thing is better than the little fraction of whatever it is we in. Thank you so much.